All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. This episode, we're talking about big name free agents the Vikings could target. Based off of PFF's ranking, they have the top 75 free agents out there. We looked at like the top 50 and plucked some players. This is brought to you by BetUS. Get your butts over to BetUS. Use that promo code YouTube150 at checkout for 150% bonus on your first deposit. Additional 125% on your next two, up to $2,000. Play responsibly. BetUS. Let's do it. Let's do it. We went off needs here.
Yeah, we went off needs. These are top shelf too, and we're not going to the bottom. We're going for the high class, the expensive stuff. We're going to spend some money on some guys who are going to fix the Minnesota Vikings, according to PFF. So maybe someone else has these guys ranked differently. This is PFF that we went off of. So, yeah.
I mean, we don't think we're going to sign all these guys. We might not sign any of these guys. These guys are going to cost a lot of cheddar, but it's just fun. It's free agency time. It's time to dream. And let's get into it. We got 10 total names, 10 total names. And we skipped over some, but these were all in the top 50 for PFF's top free agents available. Let's start with the big boy, Trey, make him pay. Trey Smith. Everybody wants him. It's not just the Vikings. Everybody.
Yeah, 78.8 PFF grade overall. He's 25 at the start of free agency. He's still very, very young. Like, I thought he was older than this. He's so damn good. Again, he's got that blood clot in his lung condition that made him fall in the draft, but hasn't been a problem so far for him in his career. You look one way to solidify your interior of your O-line. You go out and spend money, get the best guy out there.
Trey Smith is going to drive up his price tag, and my hunch is some shitty team like the Bears are just going to overpay for this dude just so they get him. Every year we see guards go for more and more and more, and Trey Smith is going to break the bank, baby. It's just who's going to pay the most? Who's going to pay the most? Because he's the best. Everybody wants him. Everybody needs him.
I mean, if I'm him, I want to go to a winner like the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, but he also wants a ton of money. A ton of money. When you look at all the on Twitter, everything, this is like half the league's top need. So there's going to be so much money. But Trey Smith, easily the number one for the Vikings. Next up, DJ Reed. DJ Reed, cornerback from the Jets, was with the Seahawks. He is the top corner out there. I mean, we're all banking on Byron Murphy coming back, but even if Murphy does come back, DJ Reed, cornerback, is still in need. Mekhi Blackman, question mark. But DJ Reed, is he 28, 29? I think he's in that range.
Yeah,
he's not 30 yet.
Yeah, and he ranked 31st among corners last year with his coverage grade. I love the way he plays. He's just so aggressive. He's so sticky, so handsy, but he also doesn't get a lot of flags. So, like, he's just an aggressive corner. A guy, 5'9", doesn't really fit Brian Flores' mold for the bigger corners that he likes. But we did draft Mekhi Blackman, who's only an inch taller. So I think there's a need here, and I would love to see DJ Reed come to Minnesota. I think him opposite Byron Murphy would be huge for the secondary.
He's 5'9", but he plays like he's 12'6". 12'6". Yeah, DJ Reed, again, a guy that will get paid. But the Vikings have money. I'm not brushing it off that they're not going to spend some money. Next up, another cornerback, Carlton Davis from the Lions. Late in the season, broke his jaw. I can't think of anything worse. I mean, that sounds probably the most painful thing ever.
Yeah, you got to eat malts or yogurt, and what do you? I mean, you can't chew the broken jaw.
You have people chew it for you and spit it in your mouth like a bird.
Oh, like a mama bird. Yeah, Carlton, there's a few corners here in this age group, like the late 20s, Rasul Douglas, Nolan Travarius Ward, but Carlton Davis, I mean, 56 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 11 pass breakups in 13 games last year with the Lions. So guy who's producing at a high level before he broke that jaw. And I wanted him before the Bucs sent him to Detroit last year, and let's pay and get him home.
Yeah, I would like it. I wouldn't be ecstatic about it. I don't know.
His name's Carlton.
Mostly has a lot to do with that, but the dude plays at a high level, and it would be good. Who else we got?
Let's go to. I'm not sure the Vikings are going to address his position or not, but he's out there. He was in the list, so I had to add him. Talanoa Hufanga, the safety. I love this guy since he was at USC. He just plays with this wild burning hair up his ass. He's a ball hawk. He comes up and supports the run. He's just been injured a lot. He only played in 7 games last year, 38 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. So maybe he's not going to be as expensive. And again, are the Vikings going to go and target a safety if they're not going to pay Cam Bynum? I don't know how much they value the position, but I wanted Hufanga. He's available. Please, Vikings, go get him.
Let me give you a disclaimer. Lupagus is saying this straight from his heart. This is why he wants him. We know he's not coming here. They're not spending $45 million on us. His projected contract was like 3 years, $45 million. I mean, if they're going to spend that cash, bring back Cam Bynum. I hope Funga was a favorite coming out of the draft. 100%. I love the dude. I just think there's no way in hell they're spending that much money at the safety position.
Yeah, I don't know how much they value it. So that's the only thing that would, hinder this and make it not happening. But God, it would be awesome.
Hufanga. Next up, Will Fries. Will Fries, who broke his leg for the Colts, but before that was just playing at an obscene high level. Will Fries, still young, 27, if I remember right, 27 years old. Obviously would be beautiful. I mean, he's kind of like the next guy up from Trey Smith as far as the next guard.
Yeah, 86.8 overall grade in 268 snaps in those
Not
5
bad.
games that he played last year. So very highly graded. Again, broken leg, coming back from that. What kind of contract is he going to get? I have no idea. Yeah, that's a damn high grade, passing, pass blocking, and run blocking. So a guy who can do both. I would love it if we got Will Fries.
Also, a great side item: French fries, waffle fries. Are you waffles or regular?
It depends where I'm at.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I mean, some places have better waffle fries than the regular fries. Some regular fries are better than waffle.
Fry
and I don't like a soggy waffle fry. That's disgusting.
Okay. Nobody likes soggy fries. I've never met anybody who likes soggy fries. The thing with Will Fries, I'm going to sneeze. I think he's like the perfect dude to go back to the Colts. I know the Colts want him coming off that injury. We'll see. But Will Fries will be named to watch. Next up, Dre Greenlaw, linebacker. I know Lupagus doesn't have linebacker as high as I do. But like, it was just the more I look into Ivan Pace's numbers, his missed tackle rate, his coverage rate. I mean, he had one of the worst coverage. We all know that. That's not his bread and butter. But like, I'm so hard up to improve, to give Blake Cashman his Robin, or maybe even his Batman. Maybe Blake Cashman's Robin. And Dre Greenlaw is one of the best in the league with him and Fred Warner when they were out there. That's why the 49ers, big reason why they're so damn dominant. Greenlaw, the biggest thing with him is nobody seems to really know what he's going to get paid. Like, he's going to get paid a lot, but there's not that projected contract out there. He's getting X amount of money. And I'm completely fine putting a ton of money in the middle linebacker.
Yeah, I love Dre Greenlaw. Great player. Again, with the same thing with Hufanga, I don't know if the Vikings are going to put a bunch of money in inside linebacker next to Cashman. I mean, his floor is happy with what he has in Pace and how he uses him. I don't know how that's going to work. If they do bring in somebody, you just put him back as a specialty player, or what you do with him. Again, that's a problem you worry about down the road. But yeah, Greenlaw and Cashman, man, could you imagine those two in the middle?
Those two with Gernard, Van Ginkel, Turner, and an improved defensive line that we know is coming. It doesn't matter who's safety. Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to have any.
You need to have corners.
Play with 9 players. Have a couple extra kickers. Next up, we got Kevin Zeitler, who is no spring chicken, but this dude is coming off like his best season as a pro. I don't care if we get a 1-year rental at guard, if Kevin Zeitler is just like a very short-term guy. Like with J.J. McCarthy, I want any protection and all protection. And if we need a 1-year rental until we find that, maybe we draft a guy, whatever. But I would be out. Is he 34?
Yes, he's 34 years old.
Damn, that's old. He's still good.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. You bring him in for a year or two, and then you draft someone, maybe it's a 3rd-round guy, Tate Ratledge or something from Georgia, someone like that you can, develop slowly. You don't have to force him in. Maybe even Michael Juergens starts showing something in training camp. Don't got to put him on the field. You got Zeitler in there who can play this year and hold that down. Also, protect J.J. McCarthy very well, keep him upright and confident. So, yeah, I mean, we've seen Kwesi do this with at least a backup in Q-Bear. Go and get him an older veteran, just a guy to have as a backup. Why not do that as a starter for a year or two? I mean, the Vikings are going to compete this year, even with J.J. McCarthy as your quarterback. It makes a lot of sense, especially if you're going to draft someone young.
Yeah, and he's going to get paid, but it's not going to be anything crazy. Like, I think that would be a very smart move. Next up, Milton Williams.
Yes.
Milton. He started 7 games, played in all 17, kind of rotational guy for the Eagles. He's that guy that everyone's going to take a big swing on. Be like, what can he be as a starter?
Yeah, and what I like about him is what he brings for the pass rush. 81.2 pass rush grade, 86.5 true pass set pass rush grade. Not super great against the run, but the guy who can get in there, create that ruckus on his own, beat the guards, beat the tackles, get in there as the big man up front and create that pressure, hurry up the quarterback, hit him every now and then. We don't have that right now. We haven't had it for a while. I mean, Milton Williams just feels like some of these names we mentioned, this one has a real possibility happening. I think it's going to happen.
My only
this one.
Yeah, but I could see the Eagles bringing him. I don't know. My only concern is he's going to cost a lot of money, mildly unproven, not unproven, but being an every down, starting 17 games. Like there's just a little bit of risk here, and I'm fine with that. You gotta go big. We've done this before. We've brought in defensive linemen looking for that big chance, just like Harrison Phillips. I mean, and it worked out well. So,
and I feel like the Vikings are still going to probably address it with their first round pick, whether they stay at 24, move down a little bit.
Kenneth Grant.
Oh God, I love Kenneth Grant. But you look at what they did last year. They signed Grenard, they signed Van Ginkel, and they still drafted Turner in the first round. You can do the same thing. Sign Milton Williams, you can still draft somebody high. So, again, what he can bring just from that pass rushing perspective, I think would be huge, and it's really what Vikings are missing up front.
All right, Milton. Next up, we got another linebacker in the mix, Nick Bolton. We all know Nick Bolton, one of the best in the league with the Chiefs, and good in coverage, can get to the quarterback,
and he makes big time plays, game changing plays, forced fumbles, recoveries. He can run it back if he gets it in his hands. The dude's just a lightning bolt, no pun intended, for big play.
Well, and the other thing with Ivan Pace is like we always say, like he can rush the passer. He can get after the quarterback. He doesn't have that many sacks. Like you look at some of these other guys, like a Nick Bolton, who, I mean, it's not their bread and butter. They have the same amount of sacks. It's like we can have the best of both worlds. We can get a linebacker that can cover and get after the quarterback and make big plays, Nick Bolton. But on the other side of that is we got to look Ivan Pace, what we're paying him as well. So
nothing.
Tit for yeah. So pick your poison. Pick your poison.
Yeah. Who's the last name we got on this list?
We got Mekhi Becton. The big boy that the Eagles moved in the guard this year, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, this guy was meant to be a guard, and he was. He's ginormous.
He is ginormous.
And he's played very damn good, and he's going to be a guard. And I got to be honest, like Becton, I want this guy bad. I want him bad. He's still young. He's freaking huge, and he's just a huge improvement. And I don't think he's going to cost overly crazy amount.
Well, he's 6'7", 363 pounds. That is how huge Mekhi Becton is. He's the size of like both our guards right now put together. 25 years old. Just 25 years old. Yeah, I mean, the thing is he going to look for tackle money or is he going to look for guard money? Because tackle money is a lot more for Mekhi Becton.
Nobody wants him to play tackle. He was a horrible tackle. That's why they moved him to guard. That's why the Eagles got him for insanely cheap money. So I would assume he's looking for guard money. If he's looking for tackle money, it might be in the UFL.
I'm just saying, his agent is looking for that tackle money.
Well, and he'll be looking for a long time, I think. We'll see. But those are the top 10 guys based off of PFF's top free agents available. I'd love about 9 of these guys. Why don't we just sign 9 of them?
And we got the money to spend. We can be spenders this year. Don't allow draft picks. So I think the Vikings 2025, a lot of help's going to come through free agency, and there's a lot of holes to fill, especially look at who could be leaving here in the next couple of months.
All right, there you have it. Remember, this is brought to you by BetUS. Get over there, use that YouTube 150 promo code for 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. Let's go.
Remember this, the structure of your brain changes every time you learn something new.